we're learning petal stitch. You'll need 3 strands of thread. Just tie a knot in the end and trim off the excess. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stitch a straight stitch horizontally, roughly about 1 centimetre long. Okay, then you're going to come up through the middle of that stitch, but without piercing it. So you need to come up so that your needle comes out underneath. And then push it back down close to, but not exactly where you went through. And we're just going to catch that working thread to make a loop. So come up through the middle and pull it tightly so it catches. Not too tight though, because you don't want it to be out of shape. Now we need to anchor this loop in, but to get back to where we were, I'm just going to use sewing method to move about 1/2 centimetre along from the initial stitch. And as we tighten that, you'll see that anchors that in place. And then I'm just going to take my thread to the bottom of that loop and pop it there. So then we repeat this process. So where the original straight stitch is, I'm just going to come along here, do another stitch, go back through there. Now we need to come up at the middle, which is the end of this final stitch on the first petal. So remember, you don't pierce this stitch at all, but if you come up there, you'll be in exactly the right place to make another loop. I'm going to try and be roughly at the same point. You could always draw these on if you want your loops exactly in the right place for the petals. Again, we need to anchor that in. So we're going to use a sewing method to just move 1/2 centimetre or so along there. And as we pull through, that will anchor the loop. So be careful not to pull too tightly. And then we're just going to anchor that in there like that. And there you have it. You could continue that along as far as you need to, really. You could make the stitches a little bit smaller. You can play around with the distance of the loops. But yeah, just have an experiment with that one. That's petal stitch.